No, my bad about that, guys. Probably shouldn't have went live before that was on there. So, yeah. So, guys, 900 years ago was the year 1122. Mhm. Um, you know, I just found out that technically 1122 is considered being an angel's number. I was actually reading up on that real quick after I did the math and I searched it. I was actually looking for what went on during the year 1122, but I didn't really search that yet. I'm probably gonna have to do that. But then again, it got me thinking about just like the angels numbers and then like what we seen in chapter 1045, which was the Sephirim, which is technically an angel. And yeah, that's like super duper lit. Let me see. And let me look at this. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. There we go. Um, Celestial or heavenly being originated in ancient Judaism. The term role, the term plays a role in a subsequent Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Traditional places Sephirim is the highest ranking in Christian anthology and the fifth rank of 10 in the Jewish angelic hierarchy. Oh, I like that. That's cute. And, you know, that's super duper lit. You know, I actually like that. But then again, we just basically got to see in chapter 1045 the Sephirim, which was the technically the new pacifist, if you didn't understand that. And right there, nice little Bible off to the side. We're just gonna put this down right here really, really quick and put this nice little one piece head right there. Try to actually make sure the background looks a certain way. And so yeah, guys, like I said, the Sephirim, that is technically super duper dope that it goes if you took away this year, the actual year that it is today, and the year that it is, and you subtract the 900, you get 1122, which is an angel's reference, Sephirim, um, chapter 1045, the introduction of basically Jimby's Sephirim. And I just thought that was cool. I thought that was cool. But then again, I started thinking about jumping back farther into the chapters. Chapter 11, you're going to encounter Zoro versus Buggy in such a way. And then chapter 22, you're going to encounter the guy who is trapped inside the box. And in chapter 22, the guy he's trapped inside the box, he's actually trying to scare people away from the treasure. And then when he finally gets up there, there is no treasure and it's actually empty. And that's kind of weird. If I thought about that, it kind of plays off to like a property. I'm thinking about myself. I'm a swordsman in such a way. Slash, 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 cut, cut, cut. Big on Ninja Turtles, which actually what got me into One Piece in such a way. And outside of that, which what got me into One Piece, I started thinking about just like me being a swordsman and me wanting to gain a treasure, or that my treasure is somewhere, or I'm speculating that the treasure is right there, and in fact the treasures are not there. So I'm actually trapped inside my own little treasure chest, which is myself. And that's kind of what this location is in such a way. Nice little treasure chest. It's some of my favorite stuff. And outside of that, being trapped in my own treasure chest and actually trying to get up to a certain location in order to grab the treasure that I so desperately think is there, and it's not going to be there. But then again, I mean, like if you play back off into God, you always had your treasure, and I always look at kind of One Piece as being like, what's the One Piece for me? Swim trunks. Swim trunks for me is the One Piece, or a speedo, but I generally wear One Piece. Well, I mean, I generally wear some swim trunks. A One Piece bathing suit is kind of what people used to wear back in the day. Outside of that, let's just hop right into this newest chapter. And actually just thought that was cool, and because technically 900 some years ago, 800 years ago, the devil fruit, Luffy's devil fruit, goes missing, and then 900 a year before the 100 years before that, the 100 years before that, technically the 100 years before that, the celestial dragons went up against, well, the celestial dragons were created, and then they went up against who they went up against, and that's what popped off in terms of the void century in such a way. But I mean, like, hey, shouts out One Piece, shouts out Oda. And then I actually just we just found out how Vegapunk looked in the last chapter. And so I am actually, how many days back am I? I am technically, okay, I'm technically like 3 days back, but I mean, like, new chapter coming in 12 days. So make sure you guys are purchasing that that Viz Media for 199 if you can. And shoot, um hey, I'm doing hey. Uncle Light Bulb. Um, I really let I really let it grow too long. Um, so I cut it. Oh no, it's not like getting a haircut. Yeah, psychotic. This is funny. About about the time when I first met you, I was going to be the height of a giant before long. The stories always said you had a one, and it was like a other balloon. Yeah, well, you see, the truth is that you got the brain, like the brain, but brain. Look at the brain. Well, you see, the truth is that I've got the brain. Well, you see, the truth is that I've got the brain fruit, so I'm a brain man. I can store all kinds of knowledge with no limits of any kind. My brain physically goes to accommodations to account to my brain physically grows to accommodate to the amount of its data. It gives me permanent prematurely gifted mind and intimate data bank. Yeah, and two things, gotta make sure you're looking at stuff twice, when you look at it. And to that, I'm the world's largest brain, which continuously to grow. What type of devil fruit is that? The brain fruit. Ah! Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Like, that's how stupid you gotta be. My boy. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 well, I don't know if he was just stuck. For some reason, my theory is that Vegapunk at the moment was stuck inside of that inside of that robot. But I don't even know if that robot is. I mean, not the robot. That because they said they basically said that that they're in the past, and that 900 years ago, from that day of them being in the past of that location, or just like in the present day 900 years ago, or in the past 900 years ago, from that day that they're actually in, or that location that they're actually in the past, is in such a way. I don't know if you understand that. So it's kind of like they're in the past, and he's speaking of 900 years ago from that moment, or in the future, which is unknown. So it's kind of weird. And then he was they showed that statue when he said 900 years ago, that they're actually in the past 900 years ago. Well, no, they're in the past. Here, let me look at this real quick. Sorry, we like to make sense of this when we're having a live read. And so yeah, so that's actually one. Nope, I said one. What did I say? 145, 1045. It was it's actually 1065. I don't know why I just said that. It's actually 1065. So it's that actually existed 900 years ago. Would you believe me? And let me look at this. Let me look at it. This place is the past, huh? What do you mean the past? If I told you the AK wasn't the only one that existed 900 years ago, that actually existed 900 years ago, would you believe me? So there's this like mechanism, this like robot in such a way, kind of looks like Zelda's summoning. So so there we see a robot, but we don't understand if that's actually 900 years ago. For some reason, I thought that was actually from 900 years ago, but in fact, no. Um, um, this is the past. This place is the past, huh? And he's like, "What do you mean? Check it out. Whatever, whatever, whatever. What do you mean the past? If I told you the AK wasn't the only one, that there was once a kingdom just as highly advanced as this that existed 900 years ago. Now, uh that's actually the one where we meet the Sephirim, basically Jimby Sephirim. I said 940. I said 1045, right? 1064. I don't know why I kind of need to go look at 1045 now that I just said that. But outside of that, let's jump back into the actual chapter 1067 and keep reading. Mm-hmm. Earlier, I believe you murdered a young girl called herself Vagabonda. And then, so yeah, like I was saying, so that statue that they just seen, the statue that they just seen, the Luffy, Jimby, and Luffy, Jimby, and Chopper just seen. Technically, I'm like, okay, did Vegapunk just pop out of that, or did an explosion happen and Vegapunk was not there, or what's up with these recent Vegapunks? Because these modern day Vegapunks, out here. But I mean, like, hey, oh, mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 Xylophone. That's what he's talking about. So that's funny. So watch this, guys. He says, "Are you a ninja?" But that's a reference towards the Sage of Six Paths, which is technically Naruto. So he asks him, "Are you a ninja?" But then when he says, "Are you a ninja?" They kind of imply Naruto. But when he says, "Are you a ninja?" Naruto, and it's just me thinking, this is mansplaining. So it's like, are you a ninja? Because only a ninja could do that. Shadow clone. But then again, Sage of Six Path development, Yahiko, Nagato. What does that mean? And every day, like they synthesize with their experience and knowledge with punk records because their personalities and their duties are distinct. Each one has our wow. Look, I speculate they're kind of grandchildren. You know, in one of my other live reads, I speculate they were grandchildren, which like super people. What? Growing up. Mm. Mm, 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 oh, exactly. Sage is a class reference again, meaning that you're able to see everything with the eyes. I always speculate that Sasuke's eye is actually connected with technically the Sage of Six Paths in such a way to the point where the Sage of Six Paths have already seen technically what Sasuke is going to see. But I mean, like, we're not talking about Naruto, we're talking about One Piece. Mm. The computer. Yeah, I still speculate that he's references Dr. Eggman. Maybe Dr. Eggman's a science and a very advanced scientist in such a way. Stuff in my face on purpose. So the pacifist that technically Sabo saved, which is technically the real Bartholomew Kuma. Now that could be still a pacifist with technically, you know, sitting in a location to where the real Bartholomew Kuma is, but we don't know that yet. You know, um, he's probably created so well to the point where he looks like he's probably created so well to the point where he technically is you know I don't know I don't know you know I started thinking about like Viz Media and stuff like that and about how Oda wanted to share his work and I started complaining a while ago and you're probably thinking what does that have to do with anything? Well, I mean, like, it's kind of like a trickery in such a way. um Kuma Kuma is kidnapped. Vegapunk tests cybernetics on Kuma, but it's not the real Kuma. So he makes a fake body, tampers with it. The Crystal Dragons want it. They keep it as a pet, actually as the beating tool, but it's not the real him. Um, I guess potentially you could probably say Kuma's brain is connected to that pacifist to the point where it sounds real, but Kuma's actually elsewhere. Wouldn't know. And yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like Oda, Oda Sensei, Boss Oda, he technically probably could argue could some story up to to sell One Piece, only to technically kind of. I mean, like if he sells One Piece, but then leaks, if he leaks a whole different one, I mean, like if you sell it to Viz Media, but Viz Media is kind of like dicking him, and so he's probably gonna leak the real capability. But I mean, like coming out, it's all the he's a bad boy. He's not gonna leak. He's not gonna. I'm not going through that. I'm about to sell this to them, rack my paper up, rack my stature up out there. I mean, like you got to understand what I am. I mean, like you like your hip hop artists, you like your pop stars and stuff like that. You know what I am. I got a little bit more rank than some of your pop stars out there because some people they only read manga, but they don't listen to 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 and 10. They don't even know who that is. I mean, they probably walk through the house ringing a song. I mean, singing a song. But then again, I mean, like it's not the same thing. Mm, mm. Yeah. So back to this little nice little beautiful development real quick. It's going to distract in the world's cloud of insights. Forget about those fake videos that trying to connect with her personal can't be can't be can't be by for wanting to give me Joe can't blame us keep that being it's a good thing that the weapon she grabbed happened to be a failure. Speaking of which, I understand that you fought her recently in Atlanta. Is it true that there was a second dragon in addition to Kaido? I used to say that technically Vegapunk is a mixture between Albert Einstein and Nikolai Tesla. Like that used to be my theory. You know, I used to have like this whole other weird psychotic theory about him, which is like plays off into our planet in such a way which is psychotic. Yeah, that was when he was eating the food that was released. There was the secretary of the gun. He was no, he was eating the food that was really what it felt that was my attempt to go a man made that was. I spent 20 years in the exploration research about working from the kind of line element. But the first of the dress was the same quality. Oh, that's just why he looked like Kato. I get it. It was a success, man. He was a really big, strong, breathing fire drug, and he used garden to wanna know, man, He made that happen. Amazing. But what color was it? Pink. I told you it was a failure. It was a failure. Oh, who cares about that? Great. He's a genius. What's the with the perfectionist speak? I mean, like, come on now. It's pink, dude. Like, come on now. He's like, I failed because it's pink. Like, come on now. Mm. What about this robot then? Did you build this too? Make it move. Nope, I did not. This is a legendary iron giant that I said to attack the sacred drawers about 200 years ago. Okay, 200 years ago, huh? 200 years ago, huh? Uh huh. Hmm. Let me look at this real quick. I'm not seeing what I want. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Let's look at this real quick. Hmm. 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 Ah. Sorry, I'm just gonna look at 1822, Japan. Let's look at this. Hmm. Hmm. Let's look at this real quick. Hmm. Okay, not seeing much. All right. Okay. Hmm. You do know these chapters are actually put out. You do know these chapters are actually put out. You do know these chapters are actually made, right? Unless he's just making them. If he's just making these chapters, that's trippy. He's like, no, I have a set schedule. I have a set schedule. I mean, like if I go back and tweak something, a few pages, it has something to do with me, right? Nope, it doesn't, Sensei. It doesn't. So you should be good. Yeah. You want the attended real story? Not really. 1822, huh? Hmm. What, 200 years ago? Yeah, but it was actually about 900 years ago. Are you joking? I like that. I like that. So, it is actually old. It is actually old. I thought Vega built that. He didn't. Vega. The Vega fruit. Its goal was never understood. They say there was no damage only because it ran out of energy. No doubt the scientists at the time were utterly shocked by the event. The sheer scientific power was beyond anything they could comprehend. No one knows where it came from or what it was trying to do. Maybe someone did something with it to the point where it actually activated, or potentially. So watch this. So you know how Luffy is able to use the devil fruit, right? And he's able to tamper with like the rest of civilization with that devil fruit. Imagine if Luffy's standing somewhere and he goes inside that suit. No, you don't get it. That suit has no power in it in such a way to the point where Luffy's going to be tampering with it. He can go inside of it and move it. It's never actually moved in such a way. If you understand what I'm talking about. So when he goes Gear 5, he can go whoop, and then his body can like uppercut you while you're all the way somewhere else, and that's probably what occurred. So, but the devil fruit went missing 800 years ago instead of 900 years ago. But this actually occurred 200 years ago. So the fruit's probably been recycling in such a way. But I mean, like, hey, the world government ordered it to be torn down and destroyed. But curiosity prevents the scientists from carrying out those orders. Clearly, so it still rests here, and the government is none the wiser. I'm impressed that you found your way here. The route from the town should have looked like an impassable wall. I don't know. We were in a wrestle and we got a discombobulated. Yeah, we just wandered there. We were discon whatever he said. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. 200 years ago, that was the year when the fishman discrimination became a big issue. Huh, so you're saying the robot climbed its way up the red line? Most likely. Yes, most likely. Ah, When fishman discrimination became a big issue. Ah, and 200 years ago, we know. Wait, so all right, so it became a big issue, and that's because they got in a ship and they wanted to be a pirate. I don't know. I think that's wrong. That's wrong because JB wouldn't be 200 years. I built the Vagabond one using the robot as a guide, but there was an aspect of it that even my scientific powers are unable to recreate. It's hard to believe that the mechanical soldier was built 900 years ago. That what can't you create it? What what can't you recreate about it? It's dynamic power source. It's the past. They had a power strong enough to rewrite everything we know about the world today. Well, it's good to know that Lucy, Chopper, Jimby, and are alright, but who's the girl? That Joel or Bonnie, the pirate? Oh, but I thought it was just a little girl who got shipwrecked. Look at Vegapunk said no. I feel bad about what I did to Bonnie. Yeah, you gotta go down there and forget us. Oh, you should go down there and beg with forgiveness. Oh, what are you? Oh, what do you know about it? Yeah, or something that I need to give her. By the way, Joanne, I feel the fate was at working bothering you here today. Well, you take me off ahead, huh? Hmm? I feel that fate was at work bringing you here to me today. Will you take me off of ahead? Whoa, that'd be dope if he joined the pirate crew. This is Jabber. This is Xavier Paul. Request information to Doc at Egg. Badly panicked pet. We have witness and reports of Ronnie selling to Egghead and obviously along with all his gang. I believe we were fishing with her already. So if we see her, we'll disappear too for good. Now, somebody could be a double agent to the point where Vegapunk knows Vegapunk knows that, I mean, like, of course, if Vegapunk, he probably sent some of the pacifists with probably sent some of the pacifists with some type of technologically advanced fly to the point where that fly is probably or somebody some type of spy or such a way that's a spy for Vegapunk. I mean, like, hey, there's Vegapunk. You never know who's actually a spy for the Revolutionary Army. You know, in such a way of One Piece to the point where they're feeding Dragon information. I mean, like, it's Dragon. First off, somebody is probably going to be a spy for Dragon. You never know if Kobe is now a spy for Dragon off of the events of the Marine Fort War. But outside of that, it's like so that way Kobe eventually is going to become, you know, lead fleet. Jigok, I remember that ship. It's going to be hard to explain to the parents. For some reason, Cyberpunk was on board as Lucy, so we just head over there, rob Lucy's assassin. So he probably knows this, so he's probably just like, yeah, Luffy, you need to take me off this island, bro. Why? Oh, it's beneficial that you take me off the island. Oh, really? I understand that. Um, what revolution? Come on, set my legs free so I can escape. No, I hate that guy. He's still working at that job. Don't let me go into the island. There's nothing to worry about. I protect you. This means everything I need to. And yep, that's what it is. Super duper lit. Can't actually wait to see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pops off. But I mean, like, hey, Luffy is probably going to 4, 5, 6. But I mean, like, that's a nice theory. I like that theory, but it's not. That's not where we're going. We're flying to the ship and tell it to upload this firm and leave. Prepare to fight back. We are refusing to entry into the world government. Kimabaka Kingdom. Grand Island Dragon Kuma's acting strange. Stop, Kuma, wait, we're still preparing you. Boom, 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 Kuma. What's happening? Does the Navy still have control of him? What's going on? Kuma, we shouldn't be fully mobile yet. Doom, 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 doom. Ching, doom. He's not supposed to have a will of his own anymore. What's going on? I don't know. Doom, 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 boom. Kuma, come back, boom, boom, boom. What's wrong with you, Kuma? Where are you going? You don't want to stay here. You're only getting started. This is where relationship begins. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful chapter, beautiful chapter. It just got me like, I could really give myself a little 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10. Just go ahead and kind of discuss 65, 755 with you guys. But outside of that, thank you for tuning into this. Come back for some more content. And peace.